What's going on? It's your man DJ Big Mike.
It's your boy Ira.
It's your boy TJ, the mayor.
And this is Beyond the Tracks podcast.
Your podcaster's favorite podcast. Gentlemen, a whole lot of gentlemen's in the building today. What's happening? How's everybody feeling?
Feeling great, brother. Feeling great.
Feeling good,
We got some good special guests today.
Yeah.
We on point.
It feel good in here.
It feel good. We got the AC going, which is another disclaimer I'll say right off the bat. If you hear a little noise in the background, don't worry about it. It's hot in here, so we got the AC going. We also, it's a different day of the week, so we might not have the clogging going on. But if it is, hey, guess what? We vibe to it upstairs. Shout out to Club Cardio and them banging upstairs. We got the three amigos back.
Yes,
you know what I mean? In the studio at the same time.
Yes,
We're the three best friends that anyone could have. We're not the Wolf Pack.
There you go.
We got to be some type of pack.
Right.
Three Musketeers.
Okay.
The Fat Boys? You got to gain some weight, Rome. The Fat Boys? The three Fat Boys, bro?
Been.
Come on.
I'm as heavy as
Fat boys.
Fat boy. Hey,
the skinny boys. I would say the skinny boys.
Oh, well, I ain't been skinny since like...
You know about the skinny boys, though.
Well,
I do,
like 87.
Okay. I'm thinking maybe we start with you.
Okay.
And we move up the chain to me.
Okay.
And then we got Big Mike. You know what I mean? It's.
Oh, man.
When's the last time you guys watched Fat Boys? For real. Like, I got the VHS, by the way.
You know, I watched.
When's the
Crush
last time you
Groove
watched
not
the
too
Fat
long
Boys,
ago.
the movie? You remember the movie?
Yeah, I remember the movie. I watched Crush Groove not too long ago.
Ooh.
It's been a minute.
They show it all the time on BET.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't...
But I ain't seen Fat Boys the movie in a minute.
Bro, I still know lines of it by heart.
Wait a minute.
Bro, when they
Fat
was
Boys
in
had a movie.
Yeah, remember when they came in that room and it was nothing but like sodas and pizza and all that shit.
That's
when they found
Crush
that.
Groove.
No, that is
No.
the Fat Boys.
No,
they're
it's called-
protecting the old white
It's called
dude, man. What's the old white dude? Come on, man.
Disorderlies.
What's the-
Disorderlies.
He
yeah.
was he's a big actor, man. He looked rich.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Old white dude.
I don't know.
They had a Latina chick.
Why you keep touching me, though, bro?
Because I'm used to Rome being here and me and Rome get touchy.
Okay.
You know we touch.
All right, I'm just wondering. I mean, I'm cool with
Pause.
it.
Okay.
Right.
I
Pause.
was waiting for him to pause this. Yeah, man. So thank y'all for tuning in. This is what we got going on. We'll hit you guys with some sponsorship. We got to pay the bills, and then we'll get into it. So right off the bat, man, as always, it's 8 Mile Vodka. Shout out to Mikey Shoemaker and 8 Mile Vodka, along with the Tomey brothers, Anthony and Michael, and also the Berkelis brothers, Alex and oh my God, why did I just forget the other Berkelis brother? I never even know.
Slipping. They are gonna pull sponsorship.
Smoking that
bro.
weed.
It was a little cloudy before we started today. It was a little cloudy, not gonna lie. And I left my drink on the table. I'm all awake.
Right.
I'm all George.
Right.
Anyway, sorry,
I was gonna
George.
say it is George,
Alec,
brother.
Mark, Mikey. Hey, 8 Mile Vodka.
Hey,
shout out.
And we ain't starting over, and we ain't editing shit.
No, we're not editing
Fellas,
nothing.
thank you. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
This is the official 8 Mile
This is the 8 Mile Pod, bro.
Pop.
Facts.
We stay.
that.
Born in Monroe.
Yeah, shout out to 8 Mile Vodka, also born in Detroit. And everybody over there, thank you so much for all your support. Rome, what you got over there?
I got my boy Cheat Designs. Hit Lloyd Cheatham up at www.cheat-designs.com if you want your wearable art. He was featured on, I want to say, last week's or maybe the week prior. Nope, the week prior's podcast. So if you guys want some of that wearable art, hit my boy Lloyd Cheatham up.
Yeah.
Yeah, also he has an event coming up. Michael, why don't you tell him about that since you are DJing that event?
I am. Big Mike will be in the house at Monroe Nutrition. That's going to be August 13th from 5 to 8. He's going to basically, it's called the Cheat Design Experience, and he is going to give you all of his experience. He's giving you everything. He's giving you clothes. He's giving you oil paintings. He's giving you watercolors. I mean, he's doing it big. So come on down. Once again, that is August 13th from 5 to 8 at Monroe Nutrition.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What else you got for us, Big Mike?
Man, as always, we got my man JC from JC Quality Construction. He does everything from the 2x4 to what?
The key to the front DZ.
Let's go. Let's go. Mention Beyond the Tracks podcast. Get 15% off all materials. You can hit him up at 734-652-9715. Holla at him.
Yes, sir.
Jason Cole about to come do me right at the end of September. I can't wait.
He told me too. He said, "Man, if
Damn,
don't
you had to
make
wait
me
till
a
September?
theme song."
We'll get him a theme
Yeah, I
song.
just seen. Was it last week?
Yeah.
He said, "Bro, if y'all make me a theme song."
Oh yeah, when we was at Big Mike's
Yeah.
barbecue, he was talking about that. A little jangle, jangle.
Oh, shout out to Big Mike
Let's go.
and the what? See, what was that thing he made? What'd you make, Big Mike? See, you can tell I'm not a griller. Wait, don't. Wait,
Oh, the
wait,
brisket,
Wait.
the
Oh,
brisket.
the brisket.
Yeah, the
There
brisket
it
was
is.
on point.
The brisket.
Yeah.
Was a 40-pound joint, something like that. Something
Nah,
crazy?
25 pounds.
25-pound joint.
Just-
Fed the neighborhood.
Just 25 pounds.
And they ate all that shit. I was mad about it.
So did. Even
Because I
my
knew I
girl,
was going to have
even the
lunch for
twins.
at least a
Twin,
couple
the
days.
baby.
Even the
Yeah.
babies was eating on the brisket. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
So
twins had some drunken watermelon.
they did. We didn't know which watermelon we gave them. You know what I mean? They're drunk all over here. Mess around and gave them the wrong shit.
Right.
You know?
They could.
You can tell by the pictures. If you check out my Facebook, you can tell by the pictures.
Listen, don't put that shit out there. They be coming
I
to my
know,
damn
right?
house.
CPS
talking about
at my
yeah.
house.
CPS, Child Protective Services. Mr. Madison, can we talk to you for a minute? What else you got, bro?
Also, we have, as always, we handle candles in the building.
Yes, sir.
Man, Stelios and Kayla do a fantastic job with these Soe candles.
Soe, we'll
you
say
always talk
Soe.
about the way I say it, man. This is gonna be something every time because I always have to look at you.
Listen, bro, I'm acting like I'm a damn English major with my broken ass English. But,
Broken ass
hey,
English.
it works.
So, man, they got some very clean burning candles. We got the Fruit Loops as always in here. That's a fan favorite. This is one of my favorites, the citronella joint to keep the mosquitoes away. It is still summertime, man, and they are still active out there. So as long as I keep burning this bad boy, I'm good. It smells good. The mosquitoes stay away.
Dang.
So shout out to them.
See what I'm saying?
Also, the mosquitoes. Also, shout out to Stelios and Spooky Films, who's the man behind this, and also the man behind our new intro that I've been getting a lot of good feedback
Fire.
from. And it's
Yes,
fire.
sir.
I don't give a fuck,
It is
people.
fire.
It's fire. If you listen, hey, why don't you go check out YouTube sometimes because it's fucking fire.
Hey, we got to shout somebody else out. though.
Ooh, somebody did the beat on that. Hey,
The super producer,
Hey, where
the
we-
infamous R.O.
ooh, that's
made
a
the
fire
banger.
beat, what?
I know.
It's such a fire beat that somebody already tried to. Anyway, we ain't gonna talk about it.
We got more coming.
Ooh,
We got more.
you back in the
more
lab?
We've been in the lab.
I'm in the lab again, man. We got
Oh,
more
shit.
ideas, more everything.
I said,
bro.
hey, yo.
More everything coming.
All back in the lab again.
I'm
Producing
can I
it. I ain't
write?
making
Can,
it.
I'm gonna write a nice 4.
You got
then,
that.
Then y'all can.
Bro, you
y'all
don't
can-
even know. I'm already working on a song for you, both
Let's-
of y'all.
let's
Y'all
go.
gonna
Can
be
you
on
write
the
for
song.
me?
Y'all gonna be on the song.
Can you write
already.
for me? I can still spit. Can
I
you
know
write
you
for me?
can. If you
Yeah,
need,
I have no problem with ghostwriters.
Okay.
I'm
I'm
okay
in.
with it.
Yeah, I don't need
Let's
no
go.
I'm that many years old where I can have a ghostwriter now. I done wrote my own
You
raps
don't need
now.
no ghostwriter, bro. I still
Just
got
call
some
me
of your
Diddy.
masters. I got some of your masters too.
You own them all. You can have them.
Well, yeah, man. So thank you to all our sponsorship. So let's get into what we're talking about today, man. We have two very, very special guests coming in today. They have been on the pod actually before. It was the first day that we met these two gentlemen. They came on the pod randomly. It was a great thing to happen, and we have been fucking with them ever since. They have a lot of cool stuff coming up. We have a let's see. We went to, and I don't remember the month. But last time they were on, we were going to the Dead Record.
Yep.
Check out my shirt today. Got my Dead Record shirt on. We was going to the Dead Record premiere, and it just happened the guys were in the studio, and they came on, man, and they explained to us what they had going on, and we've been rocking with them ever since.
Yeah.
They have a new movie, a new horror film coming out, a new flick, a new short horror film. I don't even know what to call it. I'll let them guys talk about it more. But Soul Reaper is coming out, man, pretty soon. So without further ado, I'm going to pan the camera over to Nate Thompson and Stelios from Spooky Films. Can I say your last name or no?
Go ahead.
Stelios Stylianou. You know what I mean? I love the way that rolls off, bro. Like his shit.
You hit that.
Bro. His name is like it sounds like a made up name. It's so fucking smooth. But yeah, man.
I thought it was a stage name.
I did too. I
didn't believe that shit.
I did too. Sorry, Nate, but his name. I mean, it just. I thought it.
Yeah, you
I
said,
thought.
can you go ahead and pronounce it? I'm like, you can try if you want, man. Like,
Oh, Nate, I really.
You can practice it.
yeah, I have to too. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna front. When you said your name was Nate Thompson, I was like, okay, that's his name. Stelios is like Stelios Stylianou, and I was like, but I thought your stage name was Spooky, but but that's another state. Anyway, hey man, welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Appreciate you guys. Appreciate
Man,
you guys.
so glad to have you guys on again.
Yeah. Nice to be here.
Hold on, I gotta give it to him. I'm gonna give it to him early. To me,
Give it to him. Give it to him one time. Ooh, hold on. Let me grab my drink too. That was crisp. Let me get
I
my
shall
little
raise you a
sipple.
glass back, sir. I don't usually drink, but this is an occasion.
I appreciate you, my brother. I appreciate you. Cheers.
Is that apple?
That is apple.
cheers.
cheers right
Cheers.
back.
I'll go here, so we're good.
Hold on, turn that label around, Will.
He just hits you.
He's
with
got
a
some
steel
clear
chair.
a clear beverage.
But I will say this: Stelios doesn't drink. Nate doesn't drink. Nate's drinking just for us, and I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Take a sip, and I'm not trying to be an
Respectful
enabler, but you know, we like to get a little bit loose. And
To peer pressure, you know what I'm saying?
well, hey, it bees like that. It bees like that.
Right,
Stelios actually one time when he was shooting the intro, he said, "You know what? I'm gonna take me a shot just because I'm in here and you guys are vibing." And so, hey, man,
Paintball goes down smooth. Shout out to Mikey.
thank
Yep.
you,
Yep.
thank you for taking a shot with us, my
Absolutely.
brother. That felt good. Me for little old me.
Right.
And now we sound like drunks that we're trying to enable people and shit. So, yeah,
That's
man.
what we do best.
So let's talk about some stuff. What have you guys been up to, man? What's happening? Tell me.
I mean, a little bit of everything, you know. Really, our main focus is working on the Soul Reaper right now. So it's going to be premiering August 20th, which is next Saturday. It's going to be at the River Raisin Theater.
Dope.
I'll let Nate take it from there.
Is it next Saturday already?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah,
It's
man.
coming
20th.
up quick.
Yeah, the 20th. This will be
This will drop-
actually
Like it was
released
just
on
July
Monday
4th.
before.
Like, how is it already damn near August? You know, it's like
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
halfway
Shit,
through
y'all
this
been
month.
working.
Y'all been working. I was just about to say. That's why. Shoot.
Yeah, it's you know, it's kind of like I was saying, it's stressful, but it's like the fun type of stressful now. Like you it's like probably like how this is at times. Like, you know, when things are going smooth, it's awesome. But if you guys ever run into hiccups or like stuff like that, it's like
What's
it's
that?
stressful. Yeah, right, right.
Yeah.
It's stressful, but like at the end of the day, it's like it's still worth it. It's just like, okay, well, you know, the shooting schedule that we were on is a little bit crazier than what most productions do. You know, usually they will have ample amounts of time beforehand, and while we did, we just didn't have the entire cast together. You know, we gave ourselves like I think April was the last one, so like a 4-month time frame to film a movie. What happened was, instead of just having this little like dinky, you know, 10-minute film, we actually, you know, me and him, we got together and we were talking about the ideas, and it kind of expanded into a whole different completely piece of work that we're actually like, man, this is kind of like a longer film. Like, this has a little bit of a story to it.
The
and
Soul
this is-
Reaper?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm
It's
like,
more like a featured film. in
yeah,
a
it's
sense.
and the final edit, what it, you know, ends up being, I don't know. It might be like a you know, on the small scale 40 minutes, on the long scale if we can stretch it to out to an hour and a half. But
Oh, dope.
Oh yeah, I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Because the dead record was 16, 17 minutes.
Yep.
Yep.
So this record, or this movie, is definitely going to be a little longer, and it has more structure to it for sure.
it's a lot better storytelling. We try to push the envelope farther and farther each time.
Each time, yeah.
Just a, you know, end goal.
Sales, move a little bit
yeah,
closer for me.
gotcha.
Thank you, sir. No,
Yep.
you're all good. Yeah, I love like the short films. I love when I met you guys last time you were on. I started taking a little dive, and I said, okay, let me check this stuff out. And really, like so when I watch the short film, the way I watch it, it's almost like just how my mind works. It's almost like I put in things to the movie because I know it's going to be short, and there's some you're getting straight to.
Yeah.
In 16 minutes, you're getting to something that most movies take, you know, an hour and a half to 2.5 hours to do.
Yep.
So I love how you guys keep some stuff open for imagination, and I don't know if that's
Yeah.
on purpose, but that's just the way I kind of watch short films in general. Is that's what I take from it. I go, okay, they're giving us everything, but in 60 minutes, it's up to you to fill in that. And I don't know if that's on purpose, but that's how I watch it.
We try to
but-
make it as immersive as possible, so you feel like not only are you actually there, but you feel like, yeah, like you got enough in that 16 minutes. You know, like everybody that went to that premiere, like I think we ended up, you know, there wasn't a grand total, but from the seats that were filled and how many that were left available at top, It looked like we had damn near about 550 plus people there.
Yeah.
I'd agree. Yeah, we was in there. Yeah.
Not a single one said, like, hey man, this is a waste of money. This is only 16 minutes. No, because they were down with they were like, oh dude, this is like, I don't need to sit here for like an hour and a half or 2 hours.
They got the full experience.
This was
straight
cool.
to the point.
This next one, we obviously want it to be longer because in the end goal we want it to, to distribute it and be on platforms like, everyone wants Netflix, of course, that would be awesome. But Hulu, Tubi, Amazon Prime, which is a little bit easier nowadays. But none of them are really buying short films, but you can still make income off a short film, and then I guess the main goal is to make that feature and sell it to one of those companies. So that's how a lot of movies start off. I'm not, I mean, obviously you guys are film a lot more than me, but I've just through my dealings with a bunch of different people, when I was in Arizona, I've met people that's literally what their business is. They don't make big movies. They sell their ideas. You know what I mean? They sell. So Big Mike was at him and his wife also went and give me your how do you watch it in your mind as like a consumer, right? How do you watch it?
You know what, I kind of went in, I didn't know what to expect because I was never a fan of short films. I never really got into any, you know what I mean? But it's like, it was a love, it was a support, so I didn't really know what to expect. But even before the movies, like your intro to stuff, the things that you had going on, the whole vibe of the whole event, to me was just dope before I even seen one piece of film. You know what I'm saying? Man, so it was like, I was just like, oh, what's coming? But the films that you showed, like I with TJ, like I was putting characters in that weren't even there, right? Like, in my head, right? Oh, well, this guy, came from this or whatever.
Yeah.
What I liked is like, they are short films, so the build up is really quick. You know what I mean? But it's like in a really good way.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, oh, okay, oh shit. And then it's like, I just really appreciated the cinematography of it. I appreciated just the way that things were. I'm one of those people, I pay a lot of attention to shit in the background.
Yeah.
So it's like, it was little shit that I was noticing in the background.
Details
I'm like,
great.
that shit is dope. Like, and I'm looking at my wife like, hey, did you notice this in the back? Did you notice this? She was like, oh no. And then once I showed her like on YouTube and stuff like that, she was like, how the hell did you see that? And I was like, that's how I do.
Figurines, one of the albums that was in the background, which if I want to say it might have been a Biggie album. It might have been a Biggie album in the background that I seen. Like just a little, but
in the dead, the dead record.
In the dead record, But in talking about the characters, man, and like Kenny, for example, right? I didn't know Kenny then.
Yeah.
Kenny Urban, who we're talking about, the wrestler.
Yeah.
And I got to know him a little bit over the last couple of months, and doing the IWR stuff. Shout out to Gary Paulette and IWR. But now it's like I went back and watched it a couple times. You know what I mean? Since I've known Kenny, and that character, I think that he did an incredible job just by dropping off the record. And that's one of them characters where I kind of started creating a story to it in my head. Like, you know what I mean? During that time, where did Kenny go? Why you walked outside? He wasn't there no more. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'll tell you this. Folks that are listening right now, I encourage you to pause this podcast, go to YouTube, check out the Dead record, and then start listening again because you'll know exactly what we're talking about. Yeah, man. So shout out to Kenny Urban. Shout out to Madeline Malice.
Yep.
Madeline,
right?
Yeah.
She was we'll just say the demon. I won't give away what's happening, but she plays the demon. Nate plays.
Scared my brother for weeks.
Yeah, I wouldn't come up here. I wouldn't come up here in the studio.
Right.
Late night by myself. Yeah. No, really, like the night of, it started raining a little bit when we were leaving. I was coming up here to grab some of my stuff that I had up here, and like I was totally freaked out. I called. I don't know if I think I called Jake Elmer because he was just leaving. I'm like, hey man, you still on the block? Can I come up? And also Dakota. Let me see if I can get his last name right. Dakota Musarelli.
Yep. Yeah.
Because it's when I read it,
you are getting good.
I'm getting good. I can read. Because when I read his last name, I met Dakota when you guys were shooting down the street here. One of the days that you came up to film our intro.
Right.
And I met Dakota then, and we started following each other on social media. And as soon as I seen his last name, I was like, oh, bro, he can just play an Italian mob just with his real name. Musarelli, Musarelli.
Right.
So, yeah, with that being said, can you guys give us a little bit of insight on who's going to be in this new film, Soul Reaper? Can I get
yeah.
Can we get a little sneak?
Yep. So we have I play one of the characters named Loudon.
Loudon's back.
I can't say anything more on that.
Okay.
But I'm glad you caught that. Dakota plays a character named Sammy.
Okay.
We have a very talented actress named Rachel Eastis, I believe that's how you say her. I gotta ask her.
Sure, yeah. I mean, Rachel.
She's always
I know her as Ray.
Rachel.
She's like 100% true punk, so she's always been like, my name's Ray. And I'm like, okay, I'll just call you Ray.
Yeah, she's like Beyonce.
Yeah,
one name. That's all
but
she
I
needs.
believe Eastis is how you say the last name, but she's awesome, dude. She plays a character named Darcy, and she really sets the tone for like the whole group, I feel. And I think he would probably even agree, like without her we would still look like kind of like a group, but with her it's really cemented.
Definitely.
And then Dallas Sparks plays a character named Dex, and this is kind of like our 4-piece ragtag group of just like good for nothing punks. And without this is obviously set in modern day, but it has, just like a lot of our films, has huge references to nostalgic vibes. So whether it's like, for the example in the Dead record, it was like that old alarm clock, or in the beginning shot, or the old tattered like comic book from the 70s or 80s. Right. So while it's still present day, it's just like
paying homage to things that inspire
100%.
us.
I kind of caught that a little bit when the scene where you're putting away movies. They're VHSs, and you know what I mean. They're old movies, everything from 50s, 60s stuff to 80s. Because there was like, what's the Jean-Claude Van Damme? I want to say, was that
Bloodsport?
Was Bloodsport one of them?
Like, you ever seen Bloodsport?
I have, but I couldn't. But I'm thinking in my head of the movie. I want to say, it was Bloodsport that you were putting away. Bloodsport, because you were asking Sammy if he knows anything about him. I love that, like little stuff like that gets in there, because I feel like when I don't know, we're all different ages in this room.
We're all pretty much the same age. We're real close.
You want to go there this spot or no? Let's not go there this spot. Okay. But I think that a lot of us in this room, or maybe all of us, but it's only 4 of us, can agree that 80s was maybe the golden era of horror films in my eyes. Like I grew up with the Freddy Krueger, the Jason, you know what I mean, all the different type of stuff. And to me, when I seen you is there something about putting in little things from the 80s that gives it that feel? You know what I mean? Like that's like I'm a fan of Stranger Things. You know what I mean? I think Stranger Things. Yeah. Sorry. I know.
No, it's just because originally we had a different idea of how we were gonna do the Soul Reaper, and my character's name was Eddie.
Oh,
and
okay.
So when the Stranger Things came out, I looked at the vest and I'm like, yeah, dude, I cannot keep the same name. So then we put together an idea that,
characters
without saying too
so
much, we changed it to Loudon and say,
Well, that's what I was gonna say about that.
It actually worked out better for us, though. I don't mean to cut you off, but with the whole Loudon thing, I mean, it's. I'm happy you picked up on that reference. So I mean, going into the Soul Reaper, you might be able to cross-reference.
So people are gonna pick it up. There's a good,
hopefully,
yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully.
So let's
the finish my thought. What I was gonna say is that the like Stranger Things, I don't think Stranger Things would have been successful if it wasn't in the 80s. Like,
sure, yeah. I mean,
I just really think that had everything to do with
that cast,
all
though,
of it.
too. I mean, that cast is just so great together.
they're sick,
the chemistry with the group of kids and just everyone, even from Hopper to the mom. It's just.
I love Winona Ryder, dude. She's always
the whole
been a great
cast
actress.
is just phenomenal.
And what I was alluding to is, with that being said, could everybody just go around and what is your favorite horror film of all time or character of all time? Who wants to start it first?
Ooh.
I mean, it's not.
I'm gonna let
I don't know. It's different.
Spooky. I'm gonna let you go.
It's different,
spooky.
but I like Christine. It's different. It's a Stephen King movie. It's about a killer car. So it's just that movie to me. The scoring, the sound, just I can watch that movie all day long, literally.
I don't think I've ever seen it all the way through. Like, I know what it is, like the story of it, but I don't think I've ever even seen it.
But if we're going like, Freddy, Jason, Scream, I would honestly have to say Michael Myers.
My man.
The generic.
Michael Myers.
My man.
Sure, yeah. And especially the last one that just came out. I mean, the way that it paid homage to the earlier films, and then
I haven't seen it yet. Everyone talks about the
flashback
scene as like
the flashback scenes. I mean, incredible. Like I was just like,
because this is the last one that Jamie Lee Curtis is going to do, right? She said that this is it.
Right.
But
yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean,
they're like, Jamie, listen, $30 million. You want in? Like,
it's
either that or Freaky Friday too.
We're gonna cut this check.
Right. I love that. I love Rob Zombie's Halloween's.
Yeah,
also
that one was good too.
I was just gonna say one of my probably favorite is House of a Thousand Corpses, and then kind of the way he carried that.
I'll just I'll keep that right there. Okay,
I like that rugged feel too, the grunginess that it has to it. It's just like
word.
Grungy. Yeah, the grungy feel.
And it's
to
like
that
the characters to me are just savage.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're savage when they're being funny. It's like they make
like,
a joke about
like
something.
Real
and they
life.
go,
there's people out there that probably like that. I hate to say it, but it's like there's somewhere. There's a couple mountain people. So, I mean,
Nate's probably got like 4,000.
I was gonna say Nate's about to come with one.
So I tried to pick one, but I'm gonna have to narrow it down to two because these are the tapes that my Uncle Cliff passed down, so he passed away in '99. Then my grandma, I was really close to him. I was only like 3 years old though. So being the only boy, she handed down all the old like wrestling tapes, horror movies, guitars and stuff. So I grew into be like kind of exactly like that path. So out of all the horror movies, I can't narrow it down to one, but I can narrow it down to two, and it would be Return of the Living Dead, the one with I think her name's Linnea Quigley. She's plays like a pink-haired punk. It's the first naked lady I've ever seen. So I was like 3 or 4. I was like, all right, we're gonna have to rewind this a little bit and make sure like it's like, I'll be damned, those are boobs, but
your first intro to porn.
Yeah, right.
Like, what do I want to do here? Horror porn?
And then it would be Creepshow, just because, and maybe that influenced my short film style of things. But it would be Return of the Living Dead and Creepshow, and if I had to pick a character of all time, it'd probably be Tarman from Return of the Living Dead, just because he's one of the creepiest, unique representations of a zombie that I think I've ever seen. Just like goo dripping off of him as he is just, and it's like a dark brown, almost red colored. So, just the special effects alone on that, I'm just like, dude, that's one of the greatest.
Yeah, and Creepshow is kind of like just a bunch of small little, movies.
But it's like has a cult following, and they're just like, I want more. They even brought it back recently, but it's like
I grew up on that too, like with the Tales from the Crypt, the Twilight Zones.
Tales from the Crypt, and I'm about to give you one. About to give you Tales from the Hood, bro. Listen, and I'm gonna tell you why. In like the traditional sense, you know what I mean? It's more spoofy than it is, but the story with the slaves on the wall, that the claymation that comes off the wall, to me, that shit stuck with me,
is
bro.
That what my man said, come here, you little nigglets.
Yes, bro.
Listen, I used to call my kids that. Come here, nigglets.
We're not doing all that. We're not condone that. But
they cannot fly across the table.
Yeah, no, we'll keep this on this side of the table. Don't worry about it.
That's for the host.
Right.
Listen, that's the biggest part I remember from Tales from the Hood.
Oh well, and my man that was the main character telling the stories. He was dope. I can't remember his name right now. He played so many good characters in old like gangster films and everything. But anyway, no, for some reason and it's supposed to be spoofy, but that was fucking gnarly to me, man. When they jumped off the wall and they're attacking motherfuckers like in that old slave house and shit.
Engraved in your mind, you're like,
there's like certain things that were engraved in my mind, man. And I'd have to say I'm gonna say Freddy, and I know that's cliche to say, but guess what, man? Like Freddy's one of them characters I've never been as a kid. I could never watch through a whole movie without closing my eyes or turning my head.
Okay.
I've never watched a Freddy movie until I was an adult, all the way through. And I appreciated it so much more.
I was scared.
I was. I don't give a
What
fuck.
was it that scared you? Do you think,
Man,
Like the
I'll tell you what scared me. What scared me, there's the biggest thing that scared me, there's a scene where they're in the hospital and they're like kind of like puppets but with blood.
oh my
from the
goodness, yes.
I don't remember which one that was.
Isn't he using
Like
like
2
his
or 3?
veins or something as
I
like a
do
little puppet or
something.
something?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That instilled in my head and that scared the shit out of me. I
like
turned
the
it off
second or
every
third
time that
one.
scene comes on, or I turned my head when I was a kid. But then when I watched as an adult, what I really liked about it is I really appreciated the shit talking that Freddy does.
Yes.
Freddy talks
yeah.
some shit to me, bro. Like, you got Mike Myers, you know what I mean? You got Jason that don't say nothing, you know what I mean? Freddy talking that shit before he fuck you up. And I was like, man, intrigued by that. Like, man, you know what I mean?
That's wild.
Remember
and-
the scene where the bed like swallowed him and then
Oh,
Yes.
spit?
I had I got rid of, this is a true story, bro. This is no bullshit. I'm not, you can ask my sisters, you can ask my father.
Yeah.
I got rid of my waterbed.
He's like, I slept on floors till I was 27.
I know, bro. I got rid of my waterbed because that scene, is it a scene where like there's 2 scenes that I remember around that time that I seen. One where like the faces were pepperoni. Am I tripping?
No, I think that was it kind of.
That was a scene.
I don't know for sure, but that also spikes like something in my deep
Yeah.
core memory.
And then also the waterbed.
Yeah,
Waterbed.
The waterbed
I
scene
remember that.
made me get rid of my waterbed. that is next to Mikey Shoemaker, our sponsor, right next to his house. That's where my dad lived. That's where my shit was. And one day I had a waterbed. The next day I just had a mattress inside. You know how you got like the old school
the
wooden
frame.
box frame thing? I just put a mattress inside of that because I was done with waterbeds.
Damn, I remember that, and I thought it was just because the shit was leaking or something.
Nope.
But your ass was
wasn't shit leaking about that motherfucking water. It was damn near brand
He
new.
was scared.
I was scared.
Right.
Scared.
Scared.
Hey, I'm okay with it. Fuck it. Fuck it.
Yeah, that's wild. Nate, let's talk about if we can your writing. We kind of know your style, but what's your how do you approach once you start writing your creativeness? Where does that come from?
So it's really different, I guess, because at one point, like I can see especially from like my early short films, I would see just like an image, or like a prop or something, and I would go, okay, that kind of looks cool, and then almost like like an intrusive thought. So for example, Cult Affairs, I believe it was my second horror short film. I didn't know what I was doing at first. I knew I wanted to make a horror short film, or at least a short film. But the idea, the image of a guy, almost like this, like one guy sitting across from the table, and then another one being brought in, like dragged in, either to a basement or like down the stairs or something, almost like to meet with a head boss style character. But I didn't really want to make it mafia style. I wanted to see like, how could we make this horror style? So right there, most people will have like this where they, I sat in a coffee shop for 8 hours and I just started, like chapter 1, and then I wrote this whole blah, blah, blah. I don't really do it like that. It's more or less just like the ideas hit me, and then I kind of build around it sometimes. Or like in our case, now that I work with Spooky, we, maybe that process will happen, and I'll take it to him, and I'll be like, so I was thinking, we'll do this and do that and do that and do this, and he'll be like, that's great. What if we did like something like this? And I'll be like, oh, dude, that's hilarious. Or, oh yeah, that's super creepy. That's perfect.
So really, you're almost writing on the go.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I don't write. Usually the whole movie is, or what we're gonna film is up here before I like type it out, just because, like, I almost like see it. Like I watch it in my head first, and then I'm like, is this movie cool? Nah, scrap it. Or is this movie cool? And then we'll.
Here's the Jay-Z.
Oh my God, I was just
flicks.
about to say it. I was ready to get done talking.
Jigga.
I was about to say, yeah, he's the Jay-Z of film writing,
He
right?
is the Jay-Z
You know what I mean?
of film. Yeah.
We
That's
talk
dope.
about we talk about Jay-Z and Tupac a lot. It's a
Does he not write it?
thing here.
A lot
He
He
don't
doesn't
write
write his
anything
lyrics
down.
down.
Really?
Lil Wayne doesn't either. Lil Wayne hasn't wrote any rhymes since 400 or since 500 Degrees.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad you were talking about that because and you were saying once Stelios came in, because Talk about when you came in, because you weren't there from the start when he did Cult Affairs, right?
Right.
What movie did you come in on?
Which one was it? It's off of Cult Affairs, though. The Cult Leader?
That's when the Cult Leader is when we first... So I met him at the premiere for the Cult Leader that we had at Monroe Nutrition.
That was last year in September, right?
Okay.
Yep.
August, September.
And then he came in on... he shot like 1 or 2 scenes for Cult Affairs, the full feature, and then we put it on the side because of scheduling. And then we shot
the Dead Record like right after that.
Okay.
So
we've only really known each other. I mean, next month will really be like a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's our
Wow, that's saying,
anniversary.
and the reason I say wow,
Right.
you guys got to get a golfer's clap. Mike likes to give the golfer's clap. We got to give you guys a golfer's clap on that, because watching you guys behind the scenes and just talking to you guys when we get together and everything, you guys gel so great together.
Yeah, that's
and the
called
first
a-
time
that's
you guys were
called
on
a
our
vibe.
podcast, but the first time you guys came on our podcast, we would have thought that you guys have been working together for years. You know what I mean? And especially,
It seems like that. Yeah, it's a lot.
well, I was just about to say, like, talk
It was
about
only
that.
it was only a couple when they were on the podcast. It was probably only a few months.
Yeah, at that point, because I think you guys were on what? When did that come out?
We
After
came
River
out,
Race in
2nd.
February?
Probably. The
April
Dead Record
2nd.
came out April 2nd.
April 2nd.
Yeah.
April 2nd. So you guys were on, and I don't know my month, but January, February, March.
Probably
So in
March.
March, you guys were on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And we
That's why-
filmed the Dead Record pretty
Late January, February, I believe. Yeah.
and it was only a few days compared to the Soul Reaper. It's been about a month, month and a half. We've been working on it. I mean, things change, scheduling and time, and you know, I mean,
You guys are
it's gonna
fucking
happen.
superstars now.
Well, no, you guys got a lot going on, man.
Got to rework your schedules.
Right?
No,
Well, it's
I-
not us. It's the cast. Really, it's the cast. are the ones
You
that
guys are ready
super-
every day, 24 hours a day.
I'm
Let's
like,
go.
all right, Can we go now?
But you guys work, man. I see that you guys do a lot of stuff. It's not just the Dead Record and Soul Reaper and the Cult Affairs and all this other stuff. I see you guys doing just today. I remember seeing you on Facebook talking about, by the way, I just don't do films.
Yeah.
And you started you're showing some wedding
Yep.
photos and stuff, and I'm like, that's so dope, because you know what I mean, like the horror, the dark, the film stuff. It's like you're showing them that, hey man, a wedding is like the brightest, most. I just wanted to use the word fluffy. I don't know why, but the most fluffiest shit ever.
Yeah.
The most pure.
You know what I mean? And
that
that's
is
the
the
opposite of what
posing.
what you shoot. And then, Stelios doing his music videos, doing the same thing. I mean, you've done weddings, you've done all types of stuff. You done the intro to this bad motherfucker right, Joe.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
the intro.
Let me do your tag one time.
It's just a dog barking. You're like, what?
Right. That's Spooky's
You're
tag
like, that's
right there. The
DMX.
cat.
That's
Oh shit, wrong one. No, I actually labeled him. I labeled him last night.
Make sure you got it right.
Right.
But yeah, you guys do so much more stuff. When we are IWR, you're filming there. You know what I mean?
Those are fun.
Steli also hit me up like when we were trying to do the stuff in here, and it'd be like, dude, half an hour? Can I get you for a half an hour? And he would do some incredible work literally in a half an hour, because he's got some. Actually, the first day you were shooting. Oh, let me tell this story real quick then.
Go ahead.
Okay, so, and I won't give anything away, but the first day you came to shoot up here for the intro, I met you downstairs.
Right.
You were at a certain place down the block doing a certain scene. I won't give too much away. And I walked in, I was like, oh shit, man, there's blood on the floor. I'm like, this shit looks, you remember this, Nate? I was like, man, this shit looks real. And Nate goes, yeah, it is. And I'm like, and I'm just passively going, oh, okay, and I met Rachel for the first time.
Yeah.
I met Dakota, I want to say for the second time. So we're chopping up and saying hi to everybody, being cordial and everything, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I know you guys are trying to wrap it up, and I'm just like, oh, I don't want to be in anybody's way. And so I just kind of skimmed past, and he said it's real. And then I look down again, I go, damn, dude, like this shit, okay, this looks real. And he goes, no, it really is
He came
real
up
blood.
here just bugging like, dude, these motherfuckers are down here filming some shit, and it's like people are really cracking their shit. Like, I don't know what scene they're filming, but it's
wanna
real
film it a
blood
little bit?
shit.
I
I'm
mean-
like,
I mean, we don't have to fill them in. They can see for themselves, but if you want to.
Because there's a chance we might not use this scene now, but
Damn, might be getting sued and shit. This motherfucker lost that
listen,
much blood.
I need the
Medical
the
bills.
director's
You
cut.
gotta get
I need the director's cut.
Yes.
no. So it was William Z. Stratton. He's a great trooper.
Yeah, shout out to Will. He's
Madman
Good guy.
Poncho. And so what I do is a lot of times I work with professional wrestlers too, because they're great at how can I say this without demeaning anything? They're great at beating each other up. So I know if, I'm like, all right, this scene calls for you to get thrown through this or whatever through that. This is just a regular day in the office for them, right? They're like, they're cool with it. But I'm not pushy. Like if they don't want to do anything, like I'm not like, do it now.
Right.
It's more like, all right, dude, well, that's totally cool. We don't have to do that. Let's do something better anyways. And but they've never had an issue. So Will is a unbelievably huge wrestling fan. He loves wrestling. I always watch wrestling. So to have the chance to get basically Madman Poncho had these fluorescent light bulbs. And, I won't describe the scene, but he did take a couple cracks over Will's head, and they were real hits. Like, there was nothing fake about them. And Will
no
stoked about it. He wanted it.
He's like, do it.
He wants
do
another
it again.
take. He wants to keep doing it. You know what I mean? We had, he gets thrown through the table first time. It didn't break, but he bounced off it pretty damn high. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, I'm ready to do it again. So I'm like, I'm not going to, force anyone into these scenes. And, also, I can't let it go too far. But, if you want to, take a little color, is what they call it in the wrestling business, and, actually bleed a little bit, all right, that's cool. It wasn't really planned until, the glass, kind of
Next, we wasn't planning it, but I can make that shit happen. Let's go.
Oh, no, they fucking made it happen. I didn't witness the hits. I did witness the blood. I swear to God, I was like, no, I've seen blood before. I've seen a lot of blood before. I'm like, that looks so... Because you know how it is, especially with, short film stuff, you're... It kind of like you're going... You can breeze over some stuff. Right, that doesn't have to look so, because it's 16 minutes film or 15-minute film or whatever. Yeah. So sometimes you can breeze over some stuff, and that's where some people get it fucked up. They think because it's short, it's something to breeze over, right?
Right.
And that's what I love about there's nothing in any of your movies where it's just we'll just throw this in and we'll do it half-assed because it's just going to be a quick.
It's going to be quick.
I appreciate that.
No, it's actually a 5-second clip, but exactly 5-second clip. You rewind and go, what the?
Exactly. You're like that shit. Is detailed as fuck for just being a quick clip. Yeah.
Not big on CGI.
Rather practical.
Rather just.
That's because of your budget. When you start getting those CGI budget, you're gonna be like, how come we don't have CGI in here? What the hell?
Though. Yeah, I need a blue screen, a green screen
for a 3-second clip. This is crazy.
Yeah.
I just want to let you guys know that if you guys ever want us to be in a film,
I was trying to get down. Was it last weekend?
Yes.
Yeah, last Sunday. Yep.
I couldn't get down.
And
either.
I was trying, and I'm like, oh shit.
I had my girls with me too, and I'm like, my lady is not gonna be okay with me.
Bro, you should have
bringing the twins.
You should have
a horror film.
You should have had Layla in there.
filming.
She could have been one of the props or something. She could have been cracking somebody. Something.
Maybe that she might have been the demon. Who knows? I love it, babies. Anyway, I'm just letting you guys know. We'll be in something if you guys want to be in it. Have some extras. Whenever you want, except for I'm not bleeding. I'm not bleeding, and I'm not the one to get somebody to jump out on me, right? Because I have what they call it, PTSD. I'm from somewhere where I just can't just sit back and just be like Right. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
He is not
I have a hard time sometimes going in that closet right there when I'm here by myself because you never know what's on the other side of that door.
When I go to haunted houses, people laugh at me. My friend, we went down to Florida, right by Universal Studios. So their shit is on
top notch,
point, right? And I kept my hands in my pocket, and he was like, "What's wrong with you?" I was like, "Dude, people jump out at me. My first reaction is to swing. So if I got my hands in my pocket, I know that I'm probably gonna pull my pocket out, but I'm gonna catch myself before I actually swing." We're going towards the end, and I'm thinking it's over. So I take my hands out of my pocket. And dude not only jumped out at me, but he bumped me. So when he bumped me, I just threw a punch and stuck him a little bit.
Rock bottom him.
He's like, what the hell? I get paid $12 an hour.
He did not break character. He was like, hit me again, little bitch. I was like, oh shit, I gotta go.
You start salivating and breathing heavy.
I think I stuck him kind of good, but hey.
You guys remember? They might still do it, but you guys remember the haunted house out at Rod and Gun Club?
Yes.
Like LaSalle area, or I don't even know what that would be. You know where?
With the semi?
Yeah, with the semi and the spider. I believe, where's Rhino's boatyard?
Awful Pleasance.
Awful Pleasance, right? On the other side of the viaduct. So if you keep going down there and you just keep going down the Sal that way.
Okay.
There's the Rod and Gun Club, and they used to put on a really good one that's in town. You know what I mean? Not the greatest production in the world, but it was just like a classic. You know what I mean? Good time. They'd always have like free drinks and donuts and everything. So anyway, we'd always start off there because you never, there's not really a line there, so you can always start your night off there, Halloween time. And so at the end of it, you get through all this shit, right? And then at the end of it, you walk out and there's a field and everything, and you think it's over and people are talking, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there's always somebody with a chainsaw that comes. Well, I thought that I was Barry. You know what I mean? I'm Barry Sanders. Like, you can't catch. Like, everybody takes off running. I'm trying to be cute in front of my little girlfriend at the time. We're teenagers. You know what I mean? I do the little juke and run straight left. I didn't know that there was a fence guarding a bunch of equipment that they had there to run the thing, and it was one of them. It was one of them like wire fence type things, man. And I hit it and got my lip stuck on it, and it tore my lip.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and I had real blood like coming down and stuff. And so at that time we were teenagers, maybe 12, 13 years old. So we go back to the car because we had to have parents driving us to places. And shout out to the Sherrills, man. God rest his soul. Tom Sherrill used to take us everywhere. Him and Cheryl. And so I get to the car. And he's like, that guy had a yellow coat on. He's like, it was like that, like they were spraying blood and stuff. And I'm like, what? And I look down, and dude, it's just blood. I'm like, oh my god, like, you know what I mean?
You didn't know you were bleeding or nothing?
I knew I was bleeding, but I didn't know I was bleeding that bad.
Right,
and my first thought was, oh my god, Dad's gonna kill me for getting this all blood, this yellow. It was a nice Columbia coat, all bloody, but yeah,
you
man.
shed blood in my Columbia.
I know, right? And I just from there on out, man, I've been just like you have been, like, don't be extra. Don't be extra at the haunted house because you're gonna hurt yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? Keep your hands in your pocket.
Don't try to run out the quote room real quick.
Yeah, don't try to be tough. Don't try to do nothing.
Just freeze.
Yeah.
Just freeze.
Man, so with that being said, and haunted houses and all this different stuff, man, we're going to take a quick break if you guys don't mind, because after this, here's a quick teaser. We're going to get into some really cool announcements by you guys, some stuff that you're working on that has something to do with some real Halloween horror things going on, and I can't wait to get to that. So we'll take a quick break. This is Beyond the Tracks podcast. We'll see you back in a second.
Stay tuned.
What's going on out there? Darren McCarty, 4-time Stanley Cup champion, telling you to listen to my homies Beyond the Tracks now.
Welcome back. This is the Beyond the Tracks podcast. It's your boy TJ, the mayor, my brother DJ Big Mike. We got Stelios Stylianou and Nate Thompson. We've been here talking about their horror film coming up, Soul Reaper, and a lot of the stuff that they did in the past. And we've been filling you guys in on that in the first half of the show. Second half of the show, we're gonna get into something because we were just talking about some real Halloween stories and spooky stuff, spooky films in the house. Let me hit it one more time. Spooky films. So
Goddamn problem.
Yeah, I do.
That's why
I do.
love you.
I'm okay
It's
with
all
it. I'm okay with it. You guys okay with it? I got problems.
No problem here.
If it's my vibe, I dig it.
Boom, just like that. So
We vibing?
yeah. So we were talking about the Halloween stuff. So big announcement from you guys. Let's talk about it. I'll let you guys bring it in, and I'll just say let's talk about the thing going on up at Irish Hills. What do you guys talking? What do you guys think? What's going on?
Yeah, dude, it's been crazy. So we have basically the last few months we've been working on a little project up there called Horror Town. I think that's what, right? Perfect. Just making sure that's what you were talking about.
Yeah.
He's just like,
Well, how much stuff you guys got going on up in Irish Hills? I mean, hold on.
And Soul Reaper is being filmed up there.
Yeah,
too,
no.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no. So the last couple months we've been working on a project called Horror Town, and basically it's a courtyard property, like a U-shaped, almost like town square style, old western, that I signed a lease for. It's like 3-year lease, and basically we came together and kind of put ideas around, and there's about 4 or 5 properties I think in that square, but we're going to use maybe 2 or 3 of them, and then most of everything else is going to be an outside attraction. What I can say, there'll be the Michigan Museum of Horror. Michigan Museum of Horror will consist of different artifacts and exhibits, whether it's maybe movie props on one side or maybe a couple movie props scattered throughout. But any finger, bone, brain, eyeball, piece of ear, anything that you see in that Michigan Museum of Horror is 100% real. There's nothing that's fake, nothing's plastic, nothing's gonna be like some sort of like movie makeup special effects. Like if there's a head in a jar, that's a real head in the jar. We can probably figure out the guy's name if you want, but
well, damn.
I'm
scared.
Everything is real.
That just went way over. Like,
yes.
I was talking about the blood on the floor when they were filming the real blood. This takes the cake on that,
bro. Listen, I really thought he was gonna say it's been in a movie.
It's been a process.
That's some real shit, but
Right.
I love it. Let's go.
Yeah, it's there's going to be real embalming tables that have had, gallons and gallons and gallons of drained blood throughout them from numerous bodies, and you can lay on it if you want, take a picture, whatever you'd like to do.
I'm with it.
So there's going to be, and I'm working on, there being some different forms of like witches throughout to cleanse the place. If people want to be cleansed afterwards, they'll offer that type of thing. So you don't ever have to feel like you're bringing anything home if you're really deep into that sort of like side of things. And if you don't care, whatsoever, you go in to look, then it won't bother you to begin with. But kind of creepy things like that we put together. And, we put some ideas together for a collectible store. Months back, I had an idea with him. I'm like, I don't know if you remember. I was like, dude, we should, like, would you be down to, like, maybe, like, go in on, like, a collectible store in the mall, like a horror store or something like that? And he was down for it right from the get-go. So I knew, throw some of those up there, throw, like, a movie theater playing horror films. Maybe some sideshow performers kind of strolled out through the place. So you just look over to the left or look over to the right, and there's just a like a fire breather, or someone swallowing a sword, or
a lot of interaction, a lot of hands-on.
Yes. Yep.
I love it.
Yeah.
Man.
I love
Escape rooms.
Oh, this is mind-blowing to me, fellas. This is mind-blowing to me, man. I mean, we've talked about it. I've seen you guys' posts, but I didn't know how in-depth this thing was going to be.
All of it's legal. By the way, I should put that out. They're just retired medical specimens. Usually, so the Anatomy of Death Museum is one of the donors that are going to be helping us out with putting exhibits on display. Then we'll have few other private donors. But a lot of it's really just like, old doctors that have these medical specimens in their office, and, they end up passing away. And now people are like, I don't want a brain in a jar. Like, what do I do with it? And then there's a marketplace for that stuff, and it's... Sounds odd, to take a phone call and the guy be like, yeah, I just got 25 skulls in from like Albania or whatever, but you're like, all right, sweet. Well,
I'll be there tomorrow to pick them up.
Yeah, I never thought like that time would be where that would be my life, but completely legal.
Right.
Like,
I was about to say, this is not, disclaimer, this is not black market stuff.
Yeah,
here.
no, the completely like certificates, everything. Yeah, by law. Like,
yeah.
But there's a market for that, man. And
Dana Madison, are you listening?
Yes. Oh, dude.
Are you listening?
Mike's
Babe,
wife.
Are you listening?
She loves Halloween, and she is very
She likes
in touch.
fake shit though.
Yeah,
So
but
I don't know, she might freak out on the real
she's
shit.
had a lot of stories. She is very in touch with spirits and ghosts, and I've witnessed some things with her family. Her family is the most haunted, not haunted in a bad way, but more things have happened around your wife's family of people that I know than anybody else I've known.
Yeah.
Oh, the energy, dude! Like from the beginning of just noticing orbs to then the stories of like your mother-in-law's house and just different. It's like it's a really old dude. There's just I'll let him tell them stories if he wants to tell them someday, or if Dana wants to tell them. But no, they are in. His wife is into the spirits.
She is, and she is.
She would fit
She
the
is
place then,
into
yeah.
like, if there could be a place that was Halloween all year round, she would go there every chance she got,
I wonder
because she's just
who
into
could bring
that.
that.
Yeah.
Who's gonna do
That's
that?
a cool idea.
If you ever thought about it,
And is that what Horror Town's going to be? Is that the goal of it, is to be a year-round thing, or is it going to be a seasonal attraction? Or
No, it's pretty much going to be a year-round thing. I mean, who doesn't want Halloween every day?
That's the goal. Yeah.
It's always something different too. You can have different type of events, like you said, different types of audiences. So
Yeah, I think
there's something up there for somebody.
Absolutely.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
And of all ages too. I mean,
Yeah.
it really is. It isn't just for adults. It's family friendly.
Yep.
I was talking about skulls and ears and stuff.
Yeah.
There might be a spooky little kid out there.
Yeah, I was gonna
Definitely
say it's tailored to a certain
interest.
market, but if they're in it, they'll dig
they're
it.
in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I'm excited.
Do you guys ever, when you guys think of like Halloween, for example, are you type of guys that'd be like, oh, Halloween's supposed to be ghouly goblin stuff, like what are these Power Rangers doing around? Or like, do you embrace like, kids being kids and being a princess and all that other stuff? You know what I mean? Because some people, they're partial. They're like, no, Halloween's supposed to be dark and, and ghouly goblin type shit.
I mean, Halloween can be really whatever you want it to be. You know what I mean? Because, I really do live a little spooky life. Like, every day is Halloween for me, for real. It's like you were saying about the energy.
I see your Facebook post.
Yeah, the energy is everywhere, So,
you be on some crazy shit.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
why I fuck with you.
Yeah. So, I've seen some crazy shit. I've been in some crazy situations and crazy places to really believe. So, but yeah, if you want to dress up like Elsa from Frozen on Halloween, go ahead,
Can't find one that fits me.
Yeah.
I know some people.
But yeah, to each his own, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Halloween for me, I love the ghouls and goblins and whatnot, but I think the whole aspect is like the one day a week where you can just like kind of play pretend with everybody.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, I like that.
But
I like that.
I want that year round. You know what I'm saying? So my idea would be, Horror Town. If kids can come July 13th if they want, bring like a little pumpkin bowl or whatever, like just a pillowcase, and they can go to each station that we have there and go trick or treat and get kids. So it's like they can literally,
dope. Yeah, that's
you know
cool,
what
man.
I mean. And adults can do it too, but it's kind of like just one of those little things. Like I remember going trick or treating in July when I was 7.
Hey,
like,
they got Christmas in July. Why not?
Right.
Why not Halloween?
Well, Friday the 13th,
Yeah.
might land.
Yep.
So
Facts.
Yeah, I really like that idea and stuff because I don't know. I'll speak for myself for a second. I love Halloween. I really do. I love Halloween.
You ain't no spirit.
But I'm
kind
a
of dude.
scary motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like I'm not even gonna bullshit y'all.
Right.
But I love talking about it and like doing a deep dive. Shout out to my homeboys over there at Shit Gets Deep podcast because we've had some of them paranormal conversations on their podcast before and aliens and different type of stuff.
Right.
So I'm really, really intrigued by it. Not saying I want to be the first one in the room on a paranormal adventure.
Right.
And have you guys ever done like a paranormal filming? You guys are filmmakers. You guys do videography. Have you guys ever done anything like that where some paranormal activity type adventures?
No, but it is in the talks. We were just talking about this a couple of weeks ago, actually, about
I think we're gonna
doing some
Like some ghost hunter
vlogging
shit?
and ghost hunting and
so up at the Stagecoach, that's where Horror Town's located, at the old Stagecoach stop, which is an old western town. But there's been numerous accounts of, like a man in black apparition and like a female ghost. So I'm like, okay, well, what better way to advertise Horror Town than let's film, why not? Let's film like a little documentary style, stay overnight. And he dug the idea, and so I think it's just, putting all the eggs in the basket and getting it done. But it's coming. It's gonna be fun. I'm not going into a room alone, but Stelios will gladly.
yeah,
He's just
I'll
putting it on
walk
you?
the Roams.
You're that guy?
Yeah, I will.
You'll go do it? You'll do it?
Yeah.
Like basement shit? Remember there was a show, paranormal
Ghost
show.
Adventures.
Is that what it was?
They'd always send Aaron into the basement, the bald guy.
No. I'm talking about where it was like a kind of like a reality show where like you can choose, like it's basically last person standing type thing.
I
You
do
remember that? This was
yeah.
probably maybe 10, 15 years ago, and they would have like different places where they would go to like basements of old.
You had to stay there for so long, and they would do
Like you had to do
different
missions.
shit.
Remember you pulled a card. They stayed in a cabin, and you pulled the card, and that was your mission. You had to get through that mission.
Reality show though style?
Yeah, and they would hook up the camera to you, like the GoPro type stuff,
Right,
facing you and facing like your front, your back, and all that stuff. And you would have to go do these missions. And I remember one
Yeah, I'm
was
not trying to do that shit.
it was a basement of an asylum and different stuff like that. And I was like, man, this is wild. I don't care if it's staged or not. Just the fact, because everybody can get tripped out, man. Like even if you go in there thinking like this reality show, they're gonna stage something. There's gonna be something there that's not paranormal, that's staged. Until you get in the shit, and then you're like, and then everything your shit takes over. Your
Yeah,
inner
your mind takes over.
and you're like, wait a minute, like
You're like, well, wait,
what
if this
if?
was, yeah.
Exactly. Like I stayed at and what's the town called? Right before Put-in Bay, not Sandusky. I'm having a brain fart right now.
Port Clinton.
Port Clinton. Port Clinton has a haunted hotel type thing where it's not advertised as a haunted hotel, but I guess it burnt down. They have like some plaques and stuff in there that tells you some of the backstory
Right.
and what's happened throughout the years. And a girl that I was dating at the time, we stayed there, and I was just trying to be fucking cool. And I'm like, it's motherfucking TJ. Like, I don't give a fuck about this motherfucking hotel. This shit old in a motherfucker. Let's go up in here. And it was a really nice hotel, but then she was getting me worked into it because she's really into that stuff. So she was getting me worked up into it, and then like I started thinking like, wait a minute, like what if? You know what I mean? And then when the what if happens, that's when your mind starts playing tricks.
The noises come.
Yeah, am I really hearing this, or am I just that gassed up right now that is just in my mind?
Right.
And you don't know. And that was the least amount of sleep I've
like,
ever
TJ,
gotten in a hotel in my life.
Hello?
Yeah.
Crazy is there's this bed and breakfast in Louisiana, and
Haunted.
I've heard about
Louisiana's
it a lot.
haunted, the whole
Yeah.
goddamn
Yep.
state.
I love it. And I was talking about like, babe, we need to go stay there and blah, blah, blah. She was like, I don't know, maybe, blah, blah, blah. And then we were watching this show that's a reality show that's set in Louisiana. And that's what they did. They actually went to this house that I was referring to. And dude is bugging out. He's breathing heavy. He feels like something's on his chest.
He's like, there's ants
and all this.
everywhere.
And Dana's like, yeah, fuck that. We're not going there. I'm like,
Oh, for real.
yeah.
So it passed the level for her. She was like,
Yeah.
that hit real.
No, because my wife believes in spirits and ghosts and evil, and like she believes in all that. Like she would be the one, she would go to your spot, and before we left, like she would want to be cleansed, definitely.
Yeah.
Like she's like, yeah, we ain't bringing this shit home.
What's that the thing that used to sit on top of your mother-in-law's staircase? The tent, the knight,
what is it called? The armor.
the armor. You know the armor statues that people have. His mother-in-law had one at the
Like
top
old
of the
Scooby-Doo
steps.
style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still to this day, I can picture it in my head right now.
He
Still to this
swears
day.
that shit
Passing, you're
moved, talk
hiding
to
in
him
it.
the
Still to this
whole
day,
night.
man. Me and Jordan, man. When I think Joy was watching us one day, and
Well, that was
me and Jordan were running
that was
around the
first
house,
problem.
and I was like, I just remember telling Jordan, and Jordan was like, in kid ways, saying, "Get fucked, ain't nothing going
Yeah.
on." You know what I mean? But me, I'm like, bro, that's because you run around this house all the time. Like this ain't normal. Like nobody has this stuff in their house. Nobody has an 1800. It was built in the 1800s, right?
The house?
Yeah.
Probably something like that.
And nobody, man, I don't know anybody that has a knight armor statue in their
Yeah,
house, except
right.
for where on Scooby Doo, like you
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, nah, bro, this ain't normal. This ain't. I don't like all this.
He's seen the eyes in it and shit.
No, I ain't see the eyes, but no,
Heard
but
a little voice. Yeah.
I had a
some candy? Huh?
I had a reoccurring nightmare until like I was in my 20s. A reoccurring, no bullshit, man, of
Yeah.
like of that night type thing. In Greenwick, for some reason, it would always follow me from EJ's Party Store to the Third Court. If you guys know what I'm talking about
Yeah.
Greenwick Lane off of Monroe Street, that's where I grew up some of my life.
So
And
EJ's, my grandma's house is the house that's right next to EJ's.
the White House
That's-
next to
yeah, that's where I
next
grew
to
up.
Where would be the Sprint store, T-Mobile
Yeah.
store now.
Yep.
No bullshit.
Yes. That's where, yes.
Wow.
Wow, yeah, we grew up from Conant Ave to Greenwick, and well, then he was already gone. Then I went to Huber, but yeah, first court, third court, Greenwick. We were Greenwick kids.
lived
EJ's
in-
Party Store was
Do you
a
remember
regular
Roy?
thing. Yeah, he just had a birthday
From
2 days ago. Yep.
Like, they used to ride his motorcycle and park it up front.
Roy, it was just his birthday two days
damn.
ago. Yep, I just talked to him literally 2 days ago.
I love that
Yep,
guy.
it was
That's
man, a
awesome.
great dude.
Yeah.
Him and his brother, man, John and
Yeah.
Roy, man. Yeah,
damn.
yeah, they're awesome people. That's Rome's over here like, yeah, that's my guy. That's everybody's guy, man. He gets a lot of love around
He
this
remembers
town.
me since I was like 3-4 years old, dude. I love that guy.
He's a
He knows
staple.
my whole family. Yeah.
He's a
Oh,
staple. He really is. But yeah, man. So Horror Town. We'll keep in touch with you guys on when that's launching and everything, and I'm sure you guys will come back to talk about that, and we'll have it on our
I think we
Facebook
should
and
do
our
a
Instagram and all that
podcast
stuff.
from Horde.
we're right here.
In the
We're
dark,
right here.
2 in the
Yes.
morning.
In the dark, yes.
Okay, now you're tripping. We will be there at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. You know what I mean? And it
With
has
all
to
the
end.
windows
shining.
open.
It has to end by 4
So
p.m.
you got any
Right.
picnic tables anywhere?
Right.
Outside.
Not around the campfire? Can't
I
do
need
that?
one of them witches you talking about to cleanse me. I need to be cleansed.
I was thinking today, I was like, man, I should bring my lights up here. We could do everything in the dark and just have some up lights.
Yeah.
But I was like, that's too much. We'll get that next time.
I will fill my bathtub up with 8 Mile vodka and take a bath in it to try to cleanse myself when I leave that place.
Right.
Trust and believe that.
The 8 Mile
My
cleanse.
eyes are burning.
It's 8 Mile for you.
One more thing I want to go around, man, with, because we on the Halloween type shit, man. So in horror movies and all this stuff. So I don't know if you guys could pick one remake for you guys to do. One remake for you guys to do. What would it be? And it doesn't have to be the same. I'm just saying, what's your guys' take on that? If
I think Nate's excited about
it looks like a little bit. If a big studio came to you guys and said, "Hey, listen, unlimited budget, you can remake anything," what would it be?
I want you to answer first. We already. You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go.
Well,
So I got to think about it. I'm like, okay.
I literally asked him this question just on the fly, or well,
you guys
not,
are doing the intro.
yeah, when you guys were doing the intro, I was literally talking to him on the side. I'm like, you know what? Because I remember I said the Pizza Planet thing, and I'm like, well, if Disney came to me, I'd be like, all right, I'll change it, but please let me direct a remake. And I was like, well, what remake would you direct? And I started thinking, and I was like, you know what? Hands down, I would want to do a Halloween Town remake, or Don't Look Under the Bed, which are both Disney movies. I don't know if you know Don't Look Under the Bed. Not too many people really have seen it, but it was like one of those made for TV, blah, 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 kind of like side Disney things. It wasn't the big Disney movie,
Right.
but it was kind of like, starring, 9 o'clock p.m. on Halloween night or whatever type thing. So either that or 100% Halloween Town, because I absolutely love the entire series so far, but I would want to remake, either add on to it or remake it.
Would you make it more gory?
No, but I would make it more. Damn, how would I say this? So it'd probably stay the same rating because we want to air it on Disney, right? If I did something like that, but I would just make it more full of Halloween, which they did a great job already, like an unbelievably good job already. But I just feel like there's maybe even grungier ways to achieve like a newer modern day Halloween Town.
Okay.
And I don't know, dude. I always
could
dig
dig
that
that.
stuff.
I could dig that.
I'm going to have to say Sleepy Hollow.
Ooh, that's one of my favorites, bro.
My favorites.
That's one of my, because Christopher Walken,
Johnny
for
Depp?
one,
Yeah.
You get to
Okay.
go first.
I love Christopher Walken, and I love Johnny Depp, and I love the I don't know how you guys say it in film, but just the way that it's shot, the gloominess. I love that.
That's like, how do you live up to that though? Like, who would you even cast that would like?
I don't know, but
Just-
I'm a big fan. I think Michael Shannon, I think that's his name. He played the Iceman.
Oh wow,
what I'm
yes,
talking
that dude has range. I just watched a movie the other night of him, and he was funny in it, and I'm
Really?
like, what?
What
Yeah,
the hell?
he was the one that was in the trunk in Bad Boys 2. Mm-hmm. He's in the one with Nucky Thompson. What's the
Okay.
series with Nucky Thompson? With Steve Buscemi.
Shit.
He played Nucky Thompson. There was a series on HBO.
Like Boardwalk? Something?
Boardwalk Empire.
Boardwalk Empire.
But what's his name again? Let me make sure I'm talking about the same dude.
I think Michael Shannon.
Okay, Michael
I
Shannon.
don't know. I want to say that's his name, right? I don't know.
So Michael
I'm like, this is the
Shanahan's
guy
a
that I-
football
this is the
player.
guy- This is the guy I want to cast. We're like, well, you're on the wrong field, buddy.
So like,
Yep,
let's just
that's
call
him.
Johnny
Yeah.
Depp again.
That's him.
I mean, he's a great actor. I mean,
He's a great actor.
very
He played,
convincing.
man. Oh my God, he was in the trunk when they kidnapped him in Bad Boys 2, and the
played
captain's
the,
going off on him, and
yeah,
then he starts banging the trunk, and he jumps out. He's like, "I know my rights." Remember,
Yeah,
that's
he
him.
played the Ku Klux Klan guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
When they were trying to get the.
I just watched the movie the other day, and he was playing something funny, and I was like, "Oh my God, this guy's got range." But I know what you're talking about, Stelios, because the darkness in him, in the Nucky Thompson, the Boardwalk Empire, he plays a alcohol agent or whatever they were called back then, and he's just really by the book, but he's a dark character.
have to watch
Like
that.
even though he's supposed to be
The ATF?
the good, no,
kind of-
no,
no?
they had their own. it was just for Prohibition.
Oh,
They were
okay.
agents just for that. And he was supposed to be a good, but he's so good that he's evil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's dark. And I love that you said that, Stelios. That is a great fucking dude.
Right.
Shout that movie out one more time so I can remember it.
It's a series. It's Boardwalk Empire. It was an HBO series
Boardwalk
with Steve
Empire.
Buscemi. Was the main character. He
Right,
played
yeah.
Nucky
We're going
Thompson
to need our
about
cut.
Atlantic,
Boardwalk Empire. We're gonna
about
need our
Atlantic
cut.
City.
They
Well,
send you a
it's
cease
on a
and
true
desist. You're
character.
like, that's not what I wanted.
It's a true story. Nucky Thompson's a true character. Back in Prohibition days.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
I
I
mean-
totally cut you off.
No,
Yeah.
no, that's what I would do. I mean,
TJ a nerd out on anything.
Anything, I love it.
He's got a lot of time with
That's-
them.
that's-
Wait, so who would he play? Would he play the Headless Horseman,
yeah,
or would he play
would
Johnny
probably-
Depp's character?
He could play Ichabod Crane possibly, but maybe Christopher Walken's character, which was a Headless
The actual
Horseman,
Headless
wasn't it?
Horseman, yeah.
Because he's tall, he's got he's got that length to him. He's almost like
Yep.
a Frankenstein. He could really play a good Frankenstein.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He has so many good fucking. Like,
I'm-
he's
I'm
such
a-
a good role player.
Nate, I'm going to need you to start emailing people. Let them know it's time. You got supporters. We'll pick it. We'll do what you want to do.
You got me
Yeah.
thinking now, bro.
I mean, that'd be a great flick, and I would just make, because it already has that grittiness to it, and that's already my style of filmmaking. It's like, let's just get it now. Like I said before about the CGI, I wasn't playing about that. Like, I just grew up on, like, the Lethal Weapons and the Beverly Hills Cop and the real explosions, like the Miami Vices.
Beverly Hills Cop.
And it's just like,
That
man, like,
They're making another Beverly Hills Cop.
Is that real?
really?
That shit ain't real.
Okay.
I'll
see it. I'll believe it when I see it.
Right,
but
right.
And I did my research, and that
no,
shit
it's
ain't
not.
real.
That kind of let me down. You know what? They're talking about redoing. And this was going to be mine that I would say I would like to see redone in a different way. But I guess they're remaking. God, I'm having a brain fart again, man, because you guys got me relaxed, if you know what I mean. The Three Witches.
Oh, Hocus
Hocus
Pocus.
Pocus. I would love to see a Hocus
That
Pocus.
comes out next month.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would
September
love to
30th.
see
Are
a
you
Hocus
serious?
Pocus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But dig this.
Hold on. Dana Madison. Hocus Pocus is a remake, and it's coming out, and you didn't tell me about it?
Yeah,
Go
there's,
ahead.
there's gonna be some smoke in the city on your street, boy. I already know. No.
I mean, that, bruh.
That was my sister's favorite movie.
It's a
I've watched it a
sequel.
million
It's a
times.
sequel. It's not a remake.
Oh, it's a
Yes.
sequel.
Yeah.
But I would love to see
That's
a
even better,
remake
too.
of it. But dig this, a remake of it, but as a scary movie, not as a
Ooh,
kid
yeah.
movie.
What was the
right?
movie again?
Hocus
Hocus
Pocus.
Oh,
If you made Hocus Pocus,
well, that's what we're literally talking about. I just want to make sure. So,
yeah,
but remake it.
but
again,
remake it, but as a scary movie.
Yeah.
So these aren't like
As a true
funny
horror
singing
movie.
witches and
Right,
all this
right.
other stuff, and you know what I mean. I'm talking about like some real dark, like,
how they
these
took-
witches
like
are
how
coming
they took
to
Brothers Grimm.
I would like to see that, but
Okay.
even,
Yeah.
even almost like a gory
a little bit
spin
gory,
on it. You know
a
what I
little
mean?
bit like
just like let them just be vile as possible. Just
Yeah, like
completely
real
turn
witches.
Those characters around. Yeah, for real.
like not just a backstory of they were witches so they got burnt. No,
Right,
like
right.
do a little bit of backstory on them about like have those scenes of how they got burned as witches and everything, and then when they're going after when they're coming back and they're you know how they're all kind of like ditzy
Yeah,
and
they're all
fun.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
you
They
know
all
what I mean?
have their own
No,
funny
I want
characteristics to them.
that
Yeah, you want them to be real. Like I'm scared of this bitch.
right,
You know what
that
I mean?
shit.
Yeah,
Yes, I would love
right.
to see them do Hocus Pocus as a actual scary
yeah, that
movie.
would,
Like a
pretty
rated
good.
R movie.
Right,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
that would be pretty. good.
Maybe a sex scene. Just saying. You know what I mean? To make it a rated R. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
Nate-
that bus scene on the
Right,
original
I mean,
one
a
got me
little
going.
sacrifice going on here. Something.
So
gonna
Nate
happen.
can go back to, you know what I mean? Like, so he can have a flashback of being like 3 or 4 years old and pause
He was
the
like,
movie.
"This is what boobs look like."
You know what I mean? There might be some kid out there that needs that right now. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Man, I
man.
don't know what mine would be, man. I got so many films in my head that I don't know. Hey, I say fuck it. Remake Friday,
I really like Friday.
but as a horror movie.
Interesting.
It already was a horror movie, bro. That Debo was in my fucking haunt me in my dreams, bro. I was tucking my chain in my sleep, bro.
Just gouges his
No,
eye out.
I don't know, man. I always want to see. I love scary movies. I love comedies, so I would love something like that. I don't know what that would be, but
Like a Vampires in Brooklyn. Remember that with Eddie Murphy?
Yeah.
What's the
Wait a
dude?
minute, yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
it was scary. Like it had scary
John
scenes.
Witherspoon was in that too, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. John Witherspoon, man. Yep. He was and then what was the driver's name? I always forget his name, but he's always a really good role player. He's got a couple big movies. That was himself.
I don't remember. Was Dave Chappelle wasn't in that movie?
No. So the driver was the guy that plays in like White Men Can't Jump is one of my favorite movies that he's in as a
Wesley Snipes?
No,
Nope.
it is Wesley Snipes' homeboy that's always talking shit in the court.
Kadeem Hardison.
Kadeem, that's his name. Yep. Hardison is the last name?
Hardison, I believe, is his last
Yeah,
name.
he was the driver. Yeah, so it was like a spoofy movie, but it was like had some scary moments. So it was like comedy mixed with horror. I guess that would be what you're talking about, something like that.
It'd be a nice little mixed genre.
I can dig it.
Yeah.
Nate's over here like, nah, fuck that. Like it's getting gory, bro. We got real blood and real brains and shit.
Anyway, I'm just gonna say it because like while writing the Soul Reaper, we were having so much fun, like just little funny spoofs for the scenes. We're like, we can honestly just do a comedy. Just the way that we were writing it and just coming up with the scenes.
That
and the
might
dialogue.
be, you might see more on that, honestly. And like, just 'cause
We were
we have
like,
so
wait a
much
minute,
damn fun with it.
Because that would have been a sweet twist, though, to be honest. If I was the audience, like horror, coming out, with Nate Thompson and this and Soul Reaper, and then all of a sudden it's a comedy. You guys show up, it's a fucking comedy. It's not even a real scary movie, but
It's like, what is this?
we'll see what happens.
These bastards.
I want my 20 bucks.
Swindled again, yeah.
I'll tell you what, if you guys did it the same way you guys did it last time, I'll pay for that over and over and over again.
I appreciate that.
So are
man.
you guys, so last time, just to let the people know, so the last time you guys did something at River Raisin Theater, you played all your movies.
Yep.
Leading up to Dead Record. Is that going to be the same type of theme this time? Are you going to play all your movies? Or are you going to play anybody else's movies or films, or how is that going to?
I mean, honestly, it's really Nate's call, but I was just thinking of even just doing the Dead Record maybe, as a little intro for the people that haven't seen it. I mean, it is on YouTube, but it's nice to see it on the big screen, and then just lead them right into the Soul Reaper. But
That's kind of how I was thinking too at first. I've been getting a lot of requests, like people going like, well, where can we see like the other films playing at? And I'm just like, I mean, YouTube, really? There's no, like, this isn't reoccurring weekly anywhere. So I'm like, well, damn, maybe there isn't. Maybe all of those people aren't the same people that are coming to this one. So maybe they haven't seen the previous short films, but maybe some have and they still want to see them. And I'm kind of tossing up the idea on what would be, because I don't want to keep people like just sitting in a seat.
because the Soul Reaper is longer than the Dead Record. The Dead Record is only
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, we didn't talk about that.
The Soul Reaper is
right.
30, 40, 50 minutes maybe.
So it might just be, I know for sure the Dead Record and then the Soul Reaper.
By the way, it's coming out next week, and they still don't even know how long it's going to be, people. Hey,
Yeah.
you guys are getting
indie
something special
filmmaking
here.
at its finest. Yeah.
Hell yeah. We go, no, as I'm saying, that's
That
special.
last minute
that's
edit.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yep.
You guys are like, you know what I mean? I like the thrill of that. You guys,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Hard to
'cause
sleep at night sometimes, but it's awesome, man. Yeah.
right.
You don't pay your editor by the hour, I guess.
I am. I make nothing. Yeah.
Edit that shit. Hurry up. We don't have time. I don't give a shit what it looks like. Let's go.
Please hurry up.
Yeah.
For real. It's just a passion project,
Who
man.
is
you
your
know?
editor?
Me.
You.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
thought you hired an editor. For some reason, I thought I seen editor credits on the last movie.
No, yeah, I
That's
edit it and do the graphic designs and stuff, so the posters and
Well, you might want to hurry the fuck up.
yeah, dude.
It's coming.
We got.
Yeah, you got to work over.
Yeah, he's like, dude, you guys been having me on this podcast
Right.
this whole time. I got
You
editing
told me
to fucking
you told
do.
me it was going to be a 15-minute jump off, and you had me here for an hour and a half. What the hell is going on?
So,
yeah, it's
Yeah.
awesome though.
Soul Reaper, August 20th, right here in Monroe, downtown Monroe, River Raisin Theater. What time?
7 p.m.
7 p.m. Be there. Like, if you don't take it from anybody else, me and him went last time. Man, we had a fucking ball.
Going
Hell
this
yeah.
time.
Mikey
Hell yeah.
and his wife was there. They had a ball. Dev and I mean, just all the homies was there, and everybody at Jake Elmer, all the homies was there, and everybody talked about it, how great it was. So
I appreciate
if
that.
you don't take their word for it, take our word for it. If not, hit up our homies and take their or anybody that was there. I guarantee you that there was somebody there that you could talk to, and I guarantee that they loved
Once
it.
again, I'm going to say, for all you people in Monroe, Michigan,
What you mean by you people?
all those people
Okay.
that say there's nothing to do in Monroe, there's shit to do in Monroe. And one of the things is the 20th of August.
August 20th.
Hell yeah.
Bring your ass out. Come outside. COVID's over. I talked to Biden.
Yeah,
He said
but-
it's over.
Oh,
And if you don't think it's over, wear a mask. Fucking matter of fact, we might do some spooky mask, and we might do some Soul Reaper mask.
Ooh, I
Sell
love
them boys out in the front of the joint. Keep it moving.
I love the fact too that people dressed up for your guys' premiere. People dressed up and
Oh, like the
their own.
It's a
character.
vibe,
Yeah.
you know?
Person,
Yeah.
It wasn't even like something that went with the dead record. It was like their own character of how they would show. There's a fucking snake there.
Yeah.
You seen a fucking snake?
I'm dressing up.
There was literally no. There was a person in front. Who was that with a snake? There was. You guys got to know.
That was
him.
Dakota.
Dakota and Ditzy, yeah, they were,
Yes.
and there will be at the next one. Yeah, it
Yes.
was Jake from Snake Farm, and what was the other snake
from
that he
Snake
had? There was another snake. I forgot his or her name, but they should be there at this one as well to be, slithering around on people, and then I don't know, dude. It's a big vibe. That's what
It is.
Yeah.
And by the way, Nate, you did a hell of a job hosting it.
Thank you, man.
For all that you
I
had
didn't
going
know
on.
I was gonna host it until a half hour before.
Wow,
Yeah, so-
that makes it even more special. I'm telling you, that's one of the craziest things I was impressed with. I'm like, dude, Nate's doing a hell of a job hosting. How is he hosting this? And it's his production. It's his film. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, he's got all this going on, and he still is doing a great job
Just shit
hosting.
in my
So
pants while I'm like, hey everybody, all righty. So
no, I thought that was great, man. I really did.
thank you, man.
And like I said, Madeline, Kenny, Dakota, everybody that I met there that night. And I don't know if I met Dakota that night or not. I didn't meet Madeline, and I met who played in Cult, the first film that you showed. Was that Cult Affairs?
So the very first one was What Lives in the Dark, and that was just me in it. But the second one was
There's somebody at concessions that was selling T-shirts that was in one of your movies.
Oh yeah, yep. That was my third one, the cult leader, the one that
Cult
had like
leader.
the bloody eye and stuff.
Yeah, I met
His
him
name's
there.
Brandon G. Yeah,
Yes, Brandon.
he
Yes.
did the music at the end too. Like he,
Yep.
yeah, it was a
Where I
great
got
guy.
this shirt. Actually, Nate's got on the same shirt I got on.
You're
Yeah, we
twinsies.
didn't-
Matter of fact,
we should talk about
we
this
didn't-
beforehand.
Well, and we haven't even mentioned this. If you guys look at the screen right now for the viewership, look up to the top right. That's the poster from the Dead record.
Oh, yeah.
With actually, that's Mike's physical tickets that he had signed, sitting up there, man. So we'll have to make sure
It
that
was
we get
awesome
another
to
one for
see
Soul
you too, by the
Reaper.
way.
So real quick before we get up out of here, what do you guys got coming up besides Soul Reaper? Anything you guys want to shout out, plug?
We're gonna be doing a haunted house at the FOP, and that's gonna be October 14th and 15th. Family friendly. That's pretty much it. I mean, we've got a couple other events scheduled. Might do another one in November. Skating with Spooky. It's still up in the air, but we'll see about that. But yeah, Spooky Night. It's gonna be like a clown and witches theme. We're gonna have JB Joshy Boy Edits is gonna have a little spooky photo booth.
Boy, that's my guy.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a good time.
Spooky Skating is coming up. When this airs, it'll be yesterday.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna take this clip.
Yeah, you're good.
and we'll put it out there. So yeah, shout that out real quick.
So yeah, Skating with Spooky. Pretty much this is just an introduction to me and the community, really, for people that don't know about spooky films.
You
We're gonna
cannot
have-
fall.
No, I can't.
Yeah,
fall.
you cannot
I-
fall.
Yeah, I probably won't.
You
even
have to
be
look
wearing
strong.
skates. My shoes are going to be designed looking like skates. So it's like, yeah, I really got them.
It's like, are those Heelys?
but if you fall, then they'll know you're human, and you can be
He
that's
shatters
why I
his
went last
pelvis.
week.
He's like,
That's why I went last week so I could do that promo. I was like, let me get a couple laps in real quick. Let me see if I still got this.
I see what you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me get my legs back. as they say.
YouTube Usher skating, and then that he can put you on to some good
Okay.
vibe, and
Sure
I want
the-
you to do some of
I'm
that.
sure the playlist is fire too. I'm gonna let it burn. Well, yeah. So we're gonna have this. Five
August
Nights at
14th?
Freddy's gonna be there. Foxy and Freddy taking pictures with the kids, and Kenny Urban's gonna be there with Goose taking pictures with the kids. We're gonna do a spooky raffle, so we're raffling off like a Stranger Things poster, a Halloween Michael Myers poster. This is got this frame, so this whole big poster for Skating with Spooky. Might even give away some Soul Reaper tickets. I don't know, so we'll see about that.
Cool. That's gonna be awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's gonna be dope.
So we're really excited. We just appreciate everybody that's supporting us and hoping to keep it going.
Hell yeah.
Nate, what you got going on other than a lot of editing?
Yeah. So we got a ton of editing. We got the August 20th, the premiere, and then after that, we focus on Horror Town opening up, Horror Town and the Mission Museum of Horror opening up in Irish Hills, which I'm hoping that'll be just a little bit later this year. And then I'm actually, I guess I can probably announce this, just
Exclusive.
we are in plans to basically develop a second location. And what I'm doing is I'm looking for property in Monroe right now. I know 110% I'm bringing Horror Town and the Michigan Museum of Horror to Monroe. So it'll be a second location. It'll be an hour away. I actually have kind of unique plans on like say if you look at all of our locations in the end and you connect the dots, maybe there's some sweet little symbols or unique little hidden messages from the different locations that we open up all through the U.S. But that's my main goal, is that we have more locations like this. And then really I'm sure the next movie that we start working on will have a premiere date at some point too. But it's all been focus on this movie 110 miles per hour, and then once this is happens, then it's on to Horror Town.
I was gonna say you just get into another sports car.
Yeah, for real.
Fast.
Pit stop real quick.
Just hope it doesn't run out of gas.
in.
Oh man,
we should
thank
be
you,
good.
thank you guys so
you
much
guys,
for
for real,
coming,
man.
man.
Thank you.
We
Yeah,
really
yeah.
appreciate you guys. We appreciate what you guys do. Your work,
Feelings
we're
mutual,
fans.
man.
We're definitely fans of it. We love chopping it up. Every time we see each other, last time we just seen each other at the IWR, man.
Yep.
It's like always love. It's always family. Even when I seen you, when did I see that one time? We literally just bumped into each other.
Maybe Day Festival.
Maybe
was
Day
it?
Festival. I was getting all my stuff out of the car for the babies, and
I was like, my man's got kids. Right on, dude.
yeah,
You know
he
how it
walks up with his
feels.
kids, and then from the side, as me and him are about to, meet up and talk, then all of a sudden there was an alligator that came this way, and Ryan had an alligator and shit. Like the shit was, there was a monkey, like shit was wild out there, and I was like, man, how crazy is this? I see Nate, then I just see the fucking alligator and a fucking monkey and snake. I was like, oh shit. But man, it's always fun, man.
Hell yeah.
Stelios, thank you so much again for the
Absolutely, thank
intro.
you.
Thank you for sponsoring our podcast, and just thank you for just being such a great homie. And I really appreciate you, and I love seeing, following you and seeing everything that you're doing, man. And I love how you post a lot of them older videos when you do like that dump, video dump stuff,
the
man.
Spooky Vault.
Yeah, the Spooky Vault. And like the behind the scenes stuff that you post on Snap sometimes and everything.
Yeah.
I get a kick out of it, man. So
Appreciate that.
So thank you guys so much for coming on.
Hell yeah, thank you for having us.
So yeah, man, Spooky Films, Nate Thompson Films, Soul Reaper coming out August 20th.
Yep.
Thank you guys so much, man.
Thank you.
And so Big Mike, before we get up out of here, let's talk about what you got going on. Good brother, because you got
Shit.
some stuff coming up.
I got a
We
lot of
mentioned it
shit.
earlier,
Yeah.
but
Got a lot of shit.
make sure you
going
talk
on.
about the 80s, 90s joint and all the other stuff.
Well, we're doing the 13th pop up at Monroe Nutrition. Talked about that. On the 20th, I got this special event going on. It's being at a film premiere. I think we talked about that. On the 27th at Amaya's, we got Old School Saturdays. So come out to that, get your bounce on. And I'm telling people, man, like dress up whatever your old school is. So if you're a 70s baby, come that way. If you're an 80s baby, come that way.
That. So
if
it's
you're
not
a
just a theme for one
Right
decade.
on,
It's
yeah.
a theme for
it's
whatever you feel is your
whatever,
old school.
Whatever
That's
is
pretty
your
dope.
old school, because I'm literally
I like
probably
that.
going to play joints, man, from the 70s to the early 2000s. We probably won't
Hell
get
yeah.
too much past that, but yeah, it's Old School Saturday, 27th at Amaya. So come on down, get your bop on.
Yeah. Man, I wish I had something that cool going on.
Yeah.
But I'll be
also,
with you
I have
there.
50s and 60s, if you're into that music, the Courtyard Dance right at St. Mary's Park. That's going to be on the 23rd from 6 to 8:30. Playing 50s and 60s joints. So
That's actually kind of cool.
yeah, like, I mean, I'm a DJ, bro. That's what I
right.
do. Like, they asked me, hey, you think you could do this? And I said, is it music? And they said, well, of course, but it's 50s and 60s. I said, if it's music, I can play it. Let's go. Let's do it. So, yeah, I'm into everything, so let's go.
Right.
Big Mike's on fire,
Right.
man. Big Mike's on fire. Once again, I want to say it again, Monroe Nutrition with Lloyd Cheatham. man, I've been talking to him just back and forth since he was on the pod, and like he just keeps sending me the stuff of this, like ideas of some different pieces he's bringing in different pieces. One thing I will say is that I don't know if I can handle another Pittsburgh Steelers piece. You know, I'm a Raven, but this shit's so
Browns,
dope. This
so
shit.
I agree, yeah.
Oh shit, man! You should have told me that before we started. But his pieces are so dope that I'm like, God, yeah, Lloyd is fucking good. It's Steelers, but yeah, it's fucking good.
And if you missed, because this is gonna come out after,
Yeah,
so if you missed it, my bad. It'll be another one.
I didn't even think about that. It'll be after.
Yeah, it'll be after. But
think about
hey, it is what it is.
That is what it is.
Let's go.
Well, yeah. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here.
Thank you guys, for real.
Rome, you got anything you want to plug one time for your mind?
No, we good.
I will say that.
I say Rome over there chilling.
Well, I will mention this. Our family and Rome's family, Sweets Good Eats, had their first event down at the Opportunity Center this past Sunday, and we had some incredible food. There was fried chicken, there was grilled chicken, mac and cheese, yams, greens, peach cobbler. By the way, you name it. Beans, greens, tomatoes, hams. You name it. Man, my girls, my twin girls, man, my babies, they fucked up that peach cobbler. You hear me? They fucked up the peach cobbler. So Sweets Good Eats, man. So
I do. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, why don't I?
Oh, we will.
starving.
That was their first event, and there's gonna be a lot more to come, and I'll let you guys know
Hell yeah.
when
Please
it
do.
happens. And check out our Instagram, our TikTok, our Facebook. We'll definitely be talking about it pretty soon for the next event. So I definitely want to give that shout out, Rome. I want to make sure that we got that. That's why I didn't know if you wanted to come on and say that, but you know. So yeah, thank you to everybody
Thank you.
for tuning in and listening. Thank you both for being here, and we
Absolutely.
really appreciate you guys. Big Mike, as always.
Facts.
Love you, brother. And this is what we do, man. We like to sit around, talk shit, and have a good time. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did, and I hope the listeners and viewers enjoy it as much as we did. So with that being said, I'm your boy TJ the Mayor,
It's your man DJ Big Mike.
My name's Nate Thompson.
On Spooky Films.
and that's your boy R.O. over there in the corner.
R.O.
Your boy R. Easy. And this is the Beyond the Tracks podcast. Thank you so much for viewing and listening. Until next time, peace.
Peace.
Talk.